He extends his heartfelt condolences to the bereaved families. The Secretary General urges the Nigerian authorities to spare no effort in bringing those responsible for this heinous crime to justice. The Secretary General reaffirms the solidarity and support of the United Nations to the government and people of Nigeria in their fight against terrorism, violent extremism, and organized crime.
President Muhammadu Buhari had vowed that governments will not relent in the current military operations to get rid of those terrorizing innocent people. The federal government says it has facilitated the payment of all entitlements of workers of the Abuja Electricity Distribution Company as agreed in the Memorandum of Understanding signed by the National Union of Electricity Employees and other stakeholders last year for the suspension of industrial action. A statement by the Minister of Power, Abubakar Aliyu, states that the entitlements settled include unpaid allowances, salaries, union deductions, and unremitted 20 months pensions contributions deducted from workers' salaries. Minister of Power reaffirms the commitment of the Federal Ministry of Power to working with all stakeholders to ensure steady electricity supply and stability in the electricity industry. Federal government, it says, will continue to ensure that all the sector players work according to the rules and guidelines. The Federal Ministry of Power had in December last year intervened when AEDC workers embarked on strike with a commitment to all their demands are met. The National Identity Management Commission has reassured Nigerians that its servers are fully optimized at the highest international security levels as custodians of the most important national database for Nigeria. In a statement by Head of Corporate Communications, Kayode Adegoke, the Director General of NIMC reiterates that NIMC has gone to great lengths to ensure the nation's database is adequately secured and protected, especially given the spate of cyber attacks on networks across the world. The Commission and its infrastructure are certified to the ISO 27001 to 2013 Information Security Management System Standard, which is revalidated annually and not on the AWS cloud platform or any public cloud, in spite of availability of the NIMC mobile app to the public for accessing their NIN on the go. The Commission assures the public that it will continue to uphold the highest ethical standards in data security on behalf of the federal government and ensure compliance with data protection and privacy regulations. As it adds that the NIMC mobile application has no database within the app, nor does it store information in flat files. As part of efforts to rid the nation's airports of touting and extortion, the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria, FAN, has arrested over 90 persons caught at both the Murtala Mohammed in Lagos Airport and Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, carrying out venereous activities. A statement by FAN Corporate Affairs General Manager Henrietta Yakubu confirms that the touts were arrested for various acts of illegality, including fake COVID-19 test results, touting, unauthorized entry, trespassing, illegal facilitation, forgery, loitering, theft, public nuisance, and arguments, among others. Some of those arrested are staff of Pato Vilik, Nigeria Limited, Liquid Services, NACO PLC, and other airport staff. Of the total arrested, 59 were handed over to the Airport Police Command in Abuja for prosecution, while 30 were handed over to the police force in Lagos. The National Reconciliation Committee of the All Progressives Congress APC has appealed to members of the party in Osun State to allow the interest of the party take precedence in all their actions. Chairman of the committee, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, made the appeal during a reconciliatory meeting with stakeholders of the party in Oshogbo. Femi Afariogun reports.
Of the National Reconciliation Committee led by Senator Abdullahi Adamu to Osun State was to ensure fairness, equity and justice among party members.
To take the spirit of the submissions that were made to us by the petitioners and the spirit and construction of the responses that we got. By the grace of God, we will take the steps that will strengthen this party, strengthen this administration, and not the opposite.
During the visit to the government house in Oshogbo, Leadership of the party in Osun, responses of alienation raised by dissenting members of the party, known as the Osun Progressives, stop. The governor expressed confidence in the ability of the National Reconciliation Committee to resolve all differences in the party with equity and fairness.
I want to say that the people who consider themselves as top, they have every right to come back to the party. We're not saying no to them coming back. All we're saying is please show sincerity of purpose. We should work together in the interest of our party, in the interest of our government, and the interest of the state.
Leaders of the party affirmed their commitment to unity and progress of APC in Osun. The committee had earlier met separately with aggrieved party members. In Oshogbo, Femi Afayogun, NTA News.
Away from political matters, the federal government has inaugurated an interministerial committee to start towards the realization of the Nigeria Science, Technology and Innovation Television. This followed the granting of a license for the establishment of the television by the National Broadcasting Commission. The Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, Dr. Bunaya Ono, who inaugurated the committee, is confident the science television will be a medium to be used to get Nigerians to appreciate the relevance of science, technology and innovation to nation building.
This event starts the work that will lead to the realization of the Science, Technology and Innovation television station. The television programs will cover every aspect of our national life, including engineering, health and medicine, natural science, environment and wildlife, children's curiosity, science and society, agriculture, innovations, scientific heritage, and science policy.
The committee is to look closely at the concept of the Nigeria Science TV, define the objectives and articulate the functions and mandates of television station and the specific terms of reference in 6 weeks. Chaired by the Permanent Secretary of the Federal Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, the committee has, among other members, representatives from Ministries of Environment, Agriculture and Trade, as well as agencies like the NTA, NBC, NASTRA, NCC and national academies. To education now, public schools in Kaduna are adjusting to comply with the state government directives to operate 4 days a week. The state government gave the directives a few months after declaring Friday work-free day for civil servants in the state. Haruna Mohammed reports.
Therefore, students in public schools in Kaduna State will enjoy 3-day holidays from Friday to Sunday every week.
The normal 5 days that we normally observe in the school system has not been enough in the context of quality.
The directive has altered academic landscape of public schools, which the state government says is working to adjust this year's academic calendar to ensure coverage of curriculum for the session.
We've also worked out details on how this will impact our schools. We've increased school hours by 1 hour, and teachers must give extra homework to students so that we keep busy for the 3-day weekend.
The order is yet to affect private schools. Some proprietors are apprehensive of the policy.
The 4th day will be disastrously unable to cope with our activities.
Our concern is how will that benefit our children and how prepared are the teachers.
Meanwhile, government has asked school proprietors to sustain school-based security communities to ensure safety of students and adhere strictly with the Safe School Learning Initiative introduced by the Federal Ministry of Education. Haruna Mohammed, NTA News.
Let's now talk bilateral relations and trade. Nigeria and Greece have signed an agreement to support economic development to address existing import-export imbalances. This was at a meeting between Nigeria and the Greek Foreign Affairs Ministers. Usman Ali reports that Nigeria and Greece have signed the agreement.
a new foundation to enhance what Greece and Nigeria see as great partnership. With centuries of relations and the present global challenges affecting economy and social life, foreign ministers of the two countries believe that close relations and cooperation are needed at this moment to gain a lot from each other.
So we have a basis, a very strong basis to build on this bond between our two countries to re-dynamize the relationship between our two countries.
We consider you as a neighbor, and we consider you as a neighbor because we see the Mediterranean Sea not as a dividing border, but as a connecting bridge. We very well appreciate that Africa is the fastest growing economy in the world. Nigeria is the biggest economy in sub-Saharan Africa. You are the biggest country in Africa. We are not that big, but we're a proud member of the European Union.
Greece announces that it is on this regard that it is donating 1 million vaccine doses of Johnson & Johnson as support for Nigeria in fighting COVID-19. This is the first time Greece Minister of Foreign Affairs come to Nigeria for a high-level meeting to seek close relations. Usman Aliu, NTA News.
And next is Sports Update.
The Super Eagles of Nigeria will this evening in Cameroon begin their 2022 AFCON campaign with a crucial encounter against Pharaohs of Egypt at 5 p.m. Nigerian time. The Eagles, who are making their 19th appearance at the Cup of Nations, reached the semi-finals in 14 of their last AFCON participations, winning the tournament on 3 occasions. For Egypt, this is the team's 25th appearance, a record in the history of the tournament. The team have won it 7 times, more than any other side in the competition. Egypt are unbeaten in each of the last 16 group matches in AFCON.
Everyone is concentrated on the game. It's not going to be an easy game against Egypt. We've got a lot of good players, but we are fully ready to battle against them. I show Nigerians that they're going to see a Super Eagles playing. They're going to see the Nigerian Super Eagles playing, and they're going to enjoy football because we are fully ready for them.
The Egyptians have not been an alien to us. We've always been beating them. If not for the dwindling of our football in the last 10 years, I don't think that we'll be losing sleep over today's game. Be as it may be, statistics don't work on the day sometimes, but when we look at it, Nigeria will surely carry the day.
Though they've not been playing together, but they are doing very well in their various clubs. They've prepared for this, and I believe that the first game will determine how far we're going to go in this tournament, and I want them to do very, very well to win.
It's a win because we are capable. Technically, we are good, and we have players that are doing well in their various clubs. I've watched some of the matches in the current AFCON, and I know the Eagles can do it.
Other matches slated for Tuesday are Algeria versus Sierra Leone, while Sudan will trade tackles against Guinea-Bissau. The Black Stars of Ghana had earlier lost 0-1 to Morocco, same for Comoros in favor of Gabon, among other results. From the English FA Cup, Manchester United pipped Aston Villa via a lone goal Monday night. With Sports Update, Samuel Johnson, NTA News.
And that ends Panorama today. Thank you so much for your time. Don't forget to connect with us at the NTA. Do stand against rape and rapists. And we do apologize we weren't able to join our studio in Lagos again. I'm Elizabeth Omori.